Okay, the recording has been started. So yeah, Nikhil, can you please give me a quick overview on what we covered on last class, so that from there we will start today's class.
Yep, in class 5, right?
Yes, right.
Yep, class 5. Do you want me
1
to
minute
share?
times. Yeah, please, please go.
Okay, let's go. Oh, wrong thing. There you go.
No, I'm not able to see your screen.
Yeah, I'm just sharing right now.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah, I am able to see your screen.
Okay, so here's class 5. Last time we learned about loops and how they work. The
Okay.
different loops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So different loops there are while loops, which works in like the game that I had to check out last week. Or
Okay.
yeah. And then that keeps going until a certain condition is met. And
Okay.
it keeps going until that condition's met, like until you say true or false or whatever the condition is.
Okay.
Yeah. An example of it is here, like the coin is 0, and then yeah, and then if the coin is less than 0, and then coin
Okay.
plus 1, it's now become 1, and still less than 0, and then it keeps going until it's reached 10 coins, and then once it's got to 10, then it says you've reached 10 coins.
Okay. Yeah, right. Correct.
Yeah. And then it keeps going until you get 10, yeah. And then here's a while loop where here the count is 1, and then equal to or less than 10 it has to be. So then it prints 1, and 1 equals count equals 1, so then it equals 1 plus 1, which is then 2, and it keeps going until it gets to 10, and it says I'm out of while loop.
Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a similar thing, except it goes backwards from 5.
Okay. We are decrementing. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then it keeps going, and then here, this is one where it keeps going until it says your name. So you would play. I'll press run anyways, and it's just thinking, and then it works, and then you type in you type in your name, and then press enter. But if you just press enter, then it'll just classify it as nothing. So here, if I just press enter, then it says please try again. And if I keep pressing enter, it'll just keep trying again until I
Asking
put
my
in.
name. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You need to type your name until unless this loop will not
I put my name, then it says hello, and then the name that was entered in. That's the case of this while loop. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's also another example of how you use colors in this.
Okay.
So then red, blue, green, yellow, purple, yeah. And then you keep going in the loop keeps going in the loop, colors and colors, and then it goes coloring pages with the color. And then it keeps going color with red, color, yeah, and then keep going that way.
Yeah.
And then it goes coloring with that number, with that color. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with this one, it's list of numbers, and then it prints num is the number. So then it will just print those.
Yeah,
Those
it's
numbers.
iterating actually. Yeah, it's iterating one by one. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And then over here, this is a similar to the color one, where you go print, and then it's got the different fruits, and it goes prints it, then it prints it one by one until it's all done.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then here's a sum of the numbers, which they work. You have the total sum, and then plus the number, which is added. Well, total sum is 0, and it goes and adds it to like the range, and then 6, since it's 1 to 6 and 6 isn't included, it's 1 to 5.
Yes,
And
right.
they add the number, and then it keeps going until you get the total sum, which is 15 in this scenario.
Yeah, right. Range will not include the last number. It will include only between numbers, and the starting position also it will take. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will take. Yeah.
Yes. and then let's see where. And this was the DIY project which I had to do.
Yeah.
Then you checked it out, and then it worked, and it kept going. I'll play it. Oh, where's
Oh, not there. Down the
oh
line it
here
will.
this one. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
correct.
then I play it, and then it's like, where do you want to go, forest or home? So I'll say forest, which would then take me to a path, and then I say left,
Yeah.
which then takes me to a wolf, a fight with a wolf, and then I'll say fight, and
Yeah.
then and then I find the hidden treasure, and then I can play again. So I'll say yes, and then I'll
Yeah.
go
It
forest,
goes on a loop again and again. So this is a
yeah,
while
and it
loop.
keeps going, and
Yeah.
then there's
And the
different
decisions and all like
possibilities.
forest or home or these kind of decisions and all are like conditions, like if conditions we are right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if I say no, then it finishes the loop, and then it'll say goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Because that
then
that
I've written
replay is
this here
correct.
about this.
Okay. The code is a simple text-based advanced game that players to stay under forest or home. Okay. Let's do event counter. Other let's do it. Just okay. Fine. Yeah. And did you
Yeah,
try this Marvel themed Python programs? Some
I've
Python
not tried this
programs.
one yet.
Okay. Just try it on your free time, Nikhil. But this is just to revise like whatever we have covered so far in the classes.
Yeah, so then let's see,
Mm.
how would this work? Oh,
Yeah. You can try it on your free time, Nikhil. Not an issue. Down the line, you can add the code blocks and you can try out in this
yeah,
notebook itself, so that I can also see what you are trying, right? So
yeah,
not today itself, like maybe on your free time, like whenever it is possible.
yeah, later on. Okay,
Okay, let me share my screen and let's dive into today's class. In today's
yeah,
class, we have a lot of stuff to cover. Okay, you are seeing my screen, right, Nikhil?
yes.
Before we start the class, let me share the notebook to you.
Oh, yeah. Should
Anyone
I
which
have it
will
side by
do.
side while you're explaining?
Yes, right. Yeah, you can keep it open in your machine as well. Oops, let me send it to you. Yes, it got shared to you. Before we start, I'm connecting this. Okay, where is the document? Okay. So far we have covered about this class 1 items and then class 2 items, class 3, class 4, and class 5. So
Yeah,
today we are at class 6. And today's class, we will be seeing about what is an integer and what is float. Okay, because these two data types we missed to cover in the top. Actually, we were supposed to cover these two data types on strings after the strings itself, class 3 itself. Yeah, but we want to cover all these conditions. So that's why we just kept it down the line. So that anyway, today we are going to cover lists also. So along with that, if you know about string, int and float, then it will be easier for you to remember these things. Okay.
yeah,
And today's class, we will be seeing about lists. Okay. Lists is the main topic for today's class. And today's class, we will see about how to create a list, how to access a list, how to modify a list, how to
yeah,
add or remove list, how to see the list length, how to iterate a list, and how to do indexing, slicing, and nested lists. So all these
yeah,
things will be covered in today's class. Okay. And then like on tomorrow's class, again, we will continue on the list. This is like a kind of a revision. Along with that, there are few more functions in list, up and remove, those kind of things. And
yeah,
we will start about dictionaries on tomorrow, and we will completely cover dictionaries by tomorrow. So up to this class 6 and 7. Okay, this is like almost some 70 percentage of the Python will be covered up
yeah,
when we are completing class 7. And when we are entering into class 8, maybe on the next week, Yeah, on the next week, we will see about like what is a function and what are modules. Okay, and then
Yeah.
some strings and facts. After that, our class will be like a kind of a review kind of stuff only. So I have
Yeah.
extended one more class. Like I have extended the class to class 13 as well. Like previously we have only 12 classes, right? I have extended one more class
Yeah.
as well to review, and I just wanted to give a brief overview for you related to AI and all these things. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so far up to class 5, do you have any doubts, Nikhil?
No, nothing really.
Okay. So the thing is like I have made the notebook simpler so that you can easily understand like what exactly this is. Okay, so that if you want to go through this notebook, because this we are not writing any notes, right? So for
Yeah.
our simpler understanding purposes, I am writing everything inside this notebook only. Okay, so if you want to revise the steps or if you want to see anything, just click on these three dots on any notebook here also.
Mm.
Okay, you can see all the topics we are covering in here. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
go there, you just need to click it. Okay, click on any
Yeah.
topic, it will directly go there. Right, so this is
Okay.
like a kind of a bookmarks table of contents stuff. Okay, so with that you can simply see like what exactly we are covering in the classes. Okay.
Yep.
So mainly on today's class, we will start with this integer and float, and then we will go to list. And from there, we will see like what are all the list operations.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, as I told you earlier, like in Python, we have multiple data types.
Yep.
Data types is nothing but you can store the value in a variable like this. You can understand. Okay, suppose
Mm.
suppose if I am mentioning like A is equal to so 3, B is equal to 4. So these 3, 4 and all are there, right? So
Yes.
these are all the values. Okay. So these values you are storing it in the variables.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for storing these values into these variables, so when you store a character or a string into this variable, then we will be calling this variable as a string data type. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This variable belongs to string data type. Likewise. Same
Yeah.
way, if we are storing a numeric value into this variable, okay, a number,
Yeah.
any number, like it might be a whole number, it might be a decimal number, whatever it is, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that number, if we are storing it in a variable, then we are calling it as a numeric data types,
Yep.
okay. So this numeric data type is having two kinds of data. Either it must be a full number, either the other case will be a fraction number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it might be 2 or 2.0, right? So the
Yep.
2, we are calling it as integer. The 2.0, we will be calling it as float.
Yeah.
Okay, so float is nothing, integer is nothing but a full number. So that full number might be 5, either positive or negative or a 0.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it can be either positive, negative, or a 0.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
it,
if
it did
as
not have any decimal points. That's
oh,
what
then it
integer
would be
is
a
all about.
float.
Yes, correct. So if it is having any decimal number, take for an example, if I am dividing 3 by 2, what it will be? It is 1.5, right? So that
Yeah.
1.5 will be a float.
Yes.
If you are rounding that 1.5 into 2, that 2 will become an integer like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what is all about integer. Integer will always have a full number. So that full number might be either positive or negative or a neutral
Mm.
number, 0. Okay.
Yes.
So this is how you can declare an integer like age is equal to 25 or temperature is equal to -10, whatever it is. Because this didn't have any dots, any decimal points over here, right?
Mm. Yeah.
So if a full number did not have any decimal points, then we are calling it as integer. Okay. On
Yes.
top of this integer, we can perform arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction,
Subtraction.
multiplication,
Yep.
division. Okay, so whatever it is. So all this kind of operations will be made on top of this integer. We saw about these operators previously, plus, minus, right? We saw these
Yeah.
operators. Yeah, these Boolean expressions are there, right?
Yeah.
There we saw about, and then this here also some operations we saw, basic arithmetic, plus, minus kind of stuffs, right? So the
Yeah.
same way you can perform all these addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all these kind of operations on an integer.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what integer is all about. The same way, there is one more data type called float. So why
Yeah.
we are calling it as float means it's a floating point number. Okay,
Yeah.
floating point is nothing but if you are putting a decimal in between any of this number.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so these fractions. Okay, so this fractional number, this decimal number. So these decimal numbers are called as float.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after that dot, there might be zeros, there might be numbers, whatever it is. So this is like a kind of a 2-point precision. Like one side will be the right hand and another one will be the left hand. So this decimal will be the separator, right?
Yeah.
So these kind of numerical stuffs, we call it as float. Okay. So that float can be like after this point, there can be any number of numbers here. And also
Yeah.
before this point also, there can be any number of numbers here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this separator is there, right? So whenever you are seeing any number with a dot, you can consider it as a float. That's how
Yeah.
that's how Python treats. Okay. So in Python, if you are declaring like pi is equal to 3.141.9, so this pi, it will be taking it as float. Suppose if you are declaring pi is equal to 4, then that pi will be an integer
Yeah.
because 4 is a full number and 3.14 is a fractional number, right?
Yeah.
Same way, like this 5.9, whatever it is. Even if you are putting a point 0 also, this will be taking it as float only.
Yeah. That
Okay.
makes sense.
If you put a dot in any number, okay, if you put a decimal in any number, then immediately this will pick it up as a float.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can convert this float to integer and integer to float also, vice versa.
Yeah.
That also is possible in Python. Okay.
Yeah.
As I
That
told you,
makes sense.
integer is for whole numbers and float is for the numbers that needs a fractional component. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like float will consume lot of memory in Python. Okay,
Yeah.
but integers will not consume that much memory because we
Oh,
don't have a decimal point over here. That's why.
yeah.
Okay. Also, we can convert a float to the integer and integer to a float.
Yep.
Okay, we can see some. Yeah, when you are doing this is called typecasting in Python, type conversion in Python. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so how we are doing it? This is 7.8. Okay, let me put code block
Wait.
here. Suppose my age equal to 35.4. Likewise, okay.
Yeah.
If I just print my age, type of my age. Okay, so there is a function called type.
Yeah.
Okay, this type will tell me either it is a float or an integer. Okay, see what it is telling. It is telling float.
Yes.
Right? So this data type is float. This particular variable belongs to float. Like, okay, same way, if I am putting my age equal to 35, like
Oh, that will just be a.
that's an integer.
Yeah. So it just takes away the
Yeah,
decimal and
if
whatever is after it.
yeah, based on that it will do. So if I want to convert this, so converted age is equal to int of my age if I am giving like this. Okay. What it will do, it will try to round off this value into an
Mm-hmm.
integer. Okay. This will be
Yeah.
first showing my converted age and it will show the type of. Wait, let me come on this. See, first initially this my age is 35.4,
Yeah.
right? So that is
Yes.
float actually. Okay. That float, I want to convert it into integer. So what integer is doing, it is just trying to do the round off.
Yeah.
It is
So
rounding off this 35.4 into 35 along. If I
yeah, but
put a type conversion here, it is just converting this type from
um,
float to integer. Okay.
yes.
So after converting that converted value, we are just printing it here and we are checking that type. That type will become integer now because we have converted the float into integer likewise.
Yeah.
Getting it right, Nikhil?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I going fast?
I get it.
Okay. So this type conversion can be possible in Python. You can either convert an integer to a float or else float to an integer likewise.
Oh, wait. So what if it's 3.7? Would it go still go down to 3.5?
35.5 or 35.6, whatever it is. Okay, it is not rounding actually. It is just truncating after this decimal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even
Okay.
if I give 35.9 also, it will be 35 only.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
that
just
makes
truncating after this decimal. If you want to do a round, there is a math function called the round off.
yeah,
See, if I put a rounded edge,
that makes sense.
see, the rounded edge might be 36
Mm.
because this is after 0.5. If I put 0.4, so that's a mathematical function. See, 35.4 will be 35. If I put 35.6, then it will be 36.
Mm.
So this is rounding. Okay, but here we are not rounding it. Okay, what we are
Oh, we're
doing
just
is we are
taking
converting
off the
it from
decimal.
a float to an integer. So what it will
Mm-hmm.
do, it will simply truncate this decimal. After decimal, whatever it is just simply ignoring it. Even if it is 9, 10, whatever it may be,
Yeah,
it won't care. It will simply convert it into a 35. That's it. Because it
yeah,
is just taking the first characters before the decimal. Okay,
yeah,
this is how float to integer conversion will happen. Same way you can convert an integer to float also. Int is equal to 55. Okay,
mm-hmm.
and
Oh, sorry.
suppose I am declaring a variable called num1. Okay, and if I want to convert it into a float, okay, I am using a float function, float of num1. And if I am
Yes.
printing that type, okay, what it will do? It will simply convert 55 into 55.0.
Oh, yes.
It will
Yep, that
simply
makes
add a decimal and put a zero after that.
yeah,
Okay, so this is how integer to float conversion will happen. Okay, this is what is all about float to integer and integer to float. Are you able to get it right, Nikhil? It will
yeah.
not round up the value. It will simply truncate the after decimal value when you are
Mm-hmm.
converting a float to an integer.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Okay. And these are some examples. I have just made some Marvel themed examples likewise. You can try it out later in your free
Yeah.
time. Okay, if you just play this, you can simply see like what we are doing. This is just completely for integers. Okay, Iron Man's age
Mm.
is 53 and Thor's age is 1500, Spider-Man's age is 18, likewise. Okay, so these are
Yeah.
and all are like integers. Okay,
Yeah.
same way, this is a float, 42.3. This is Thor's hammer weightless.
Yeah.
Okay, same way we can do an arithmetic operation also. Here, see, this is float and float minus integer also we can do. So this
Yeah.
float is 6.1 minus 8. So this will return a float only.
Yeah.
Okay. 6.1 minus 8. Sorry, 8 minus 6.1. It should be either 1.9 only, right? So it is trying to do a rounded processor of this. So this is how the calculative error of Python looks like. Okay, but anyway, it needs to throw you a float only here, right? So that's why it is throwing like this. This is a float actually. If you are subtracting an integer from a float value, or if you are doing any arithmetic operation with a float value, then the resulting value will be a float only.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how it works, and then you can convert like this one we saw, right? Like you can convert an float to an integer to float. Integer and float. Likewise, you can just try it out. Like you can try it on your own, like your own creative way. In this notebook itself, you can add whatever you want, and you can try it out. Okay.
Yes.
And yeah, we have seen about integer and float so far. No doubts on this, right, Nikhil? Or do you have any doubts on
No
this?
doubts.
Okay, great. Yeah. Let's get into the list in Python. Okay, list is nothing new, Nikhil. You saw list there itself. Like even in your for loop, you can see a list. See
Yeah.
here we have a list, right? So this is called as list. Okay. There are two types of data types in Python. One is list and another one is set actually. We add a code plug here, or a text plug. Okay. So list will always start with the square brackets like this. It's like a kind of an array, I can say. Okay. Arrays, you know, right? Arrays we saw already. Arrays.
Yeah.
Arrays we saw, right? Array should be, yeah, array should be there in the looping. Should have explained you. Okay, anyway. Okay, so list is nothing but like it's a list of items. Okay, so everything is an item in Python. Okay, you have some friends. Okay, you can name like friend's name. Okay, let me put a code block instead of this. I don't want to explain. Okay, I have some friends. Okay, so this friends should be, friends can be in an array.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one of my friend, and this is one of my friend, and this is one of my friend, and this is one of my friend. Okay, so this is called as list. If you are having a list of friends or list of some items, you can store it in any variable. So that this variable will become a list data type.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can see the type of function also. These are the type of this integer and float, right?
Yeah.
See, it's showing my friends in a list. Okay, and this belongs to class list, right? This type of is printing me the list. Okay, list is nothing but it starts with a square bracket and ends with a square bracket. Inside that, each and every individual item is separated by a comma. Okay, so in this
Yeah.
case, this is a string list. Okay, you can have a number list also. Numbers equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can have a float also here, 5.0, 7.8, like this. Okay. See, this is a number list. So you can add multiple data types here.
Yeah.
See, it's allowing me to store all these things. So it can contain an integer, it can contain a float, it can contain a string also. So whatever it might be. So whatever it might be, okay, these this individual element in a list is called as item. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is an item. See, if I scroll over this, what it is showing? It is showing 7 items, right?
Oh.
So this 7 item is nothing but this is one item, 1, 2, 3. This is third item. This is fourth item. This is fifth item. This is sixth item, and this is seventh item.
Oh.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there are a total of 7 items present in this list. Okay,
Yeah.
so this comma is your list separator. Okay, with this separator only you are identifying this item is different and this item is different.
Yeah.
Okay, now you are getting it right, Nikhil. So this is what list is all about. So inside this list, we can add elements, we can remove elements. Okay, we can slice these elements, we can index the element and approach what it is like this. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
to create a list, we are doing what we are doing. We are just declaring a variable named friends, and this is called as friends list. Okay,
Mm.
this list is named as friends, right? See here what it is showing in the tooltip. List colon friends means that this friends is of list data type.
Yep.
Okay, so out of that we have four items. These 4 items are like your 4 friends. My 4 friends are Alice, Bob, Charlie, and David. So this is at 0th position, this is at first position, this is at second position, and this is at third position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so list is nothing but a kind of an array. So in that array, you can store any value. Either it might be an integer, okay, it might be a float, that is decimal, right? Here
Yeah.
we are storing decimals, right? Either you can
Mm-hmm.
store an integer, sorry, string or a character, right? So here I am storing a string here. Here I am storing a float here. Here I am storing an integer here. So your list
Yeah.
might contain any data type. Okay. So this is how list looks like. Okay, you are
Yeah.
getting what is list, right?
Yes.
Okay. Same way, like we can store like this is fruits and this is numbers like way. So these fruits are like apple, banana, and cherry. And here we have the numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to access a particular item out of this list. Okay, suppose in case if I want to access only Bob, okay, how
Yeah.
you can do it? Print my friends of. So friends of 0 is Alice, friends of 1 is Bob. This is 0. This is 0th element. This is first element like this. Okay. So if I access font, what it will see, it is showing Bob, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to access this particular element. So I need to access it like this is 0th position. This is 1 position. This is 2. This is 3. So I told you earlier, you remember like array starts with 0th position like this, right?
Yeah.
It starts with 0, 1, 2, 3. So the 0th position is Alice. 0, 0. So I can tell like my first friend is comma. Okay. See, my first friend is Alice.
Yeah.
Let me remove these things here. I don't want these numbers also. Okay.
Yes. I see.
So my second friend is third friend. and then fourth friend.
Oh, and then you would change it to 1, 2, and
Yeah,
3.
this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So what happens? It starts from 0, 1,
0, 1, 2,
2,
3.
and 3.
And so my
Okay.
first friend is As, my second friend is Bob, and then it keeps going.
Yes, correct, correct, correct. So now you are accessing this list. Okay. Now we saw how to create a list and how to access this list. So you can access this list using this list position, list item position. Okay. So this is called as item position. This 0 is called as items position. Okay. So these are items in a list, right? So this
Yeah.
is a list and these have 4 items. So these 4 items can be accessed from 0, 1, 2, 3. So it all starts from 0 and it will increment like this. So suppose in case if I am putting my name again after that. Okay. So how to
Yeah.
access this? Access my name. How I can access it?
You would access your name by
And-
then type, and then my name is, and then your name.
Okay. So what is the position of my name? Yeah,
Your name would be 4.
correct. See, my name is Arun. Right? Suppose if I am trying to access it outside of the list, what it will happen? Let's see.
Outside of the list, then you would have 5, and it wouldn't allow it
Because what it is
because
saying,
it's not in the
this
range.
index is out of range. It's not inside the range. Okay,
Yeah.
it is trying to see this from 0 to 4, right? So that it is not in 0 to 4. Okay, so that's why it is saying like this index number, whatever this 5 we are putting here, right? So this is called as list index.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we are calling it as indexing. Okay. So if I want to see like third position, then this index is going to 0, 1, 2, and 3. 3 is David. It will simply show me 3, David. Okay. So my name is changed to Arun. So suppose in case if I am putting -1, what will happen? Because this index, you remember in the first class, we see about
Yeah.
range, right? So index will be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Suppose for our previous example, we have 5 elements. So that is 0 to 4. And this can be addressed as, okay,
Yeah.
-1, comma, -2, comma, -3, and -4, comma, and -5.
Yeah.
Right? The same positions can be addressed from -1 will represent the leftmost position, leftmost stuff. Okay, -2 will be the next one. -3 will be the next one. -4 will be the next one. -5 will be the next one. So if I give -5, I will be getting Alice.
Yeah.
Right? My name is Alice. Suppose if I give -6, it will be also out of range because this will become out of this because we have up to -5. Right? We don't have any -6 over there. This is -5. This is 0 as well as this is -5. Right, Nikhil? Or
Yeah.
am I confusing you?
No, I think I get it. I'm not 100% sure. So then if it
Okay.
would say -5, then it would
Yeah.
count backwards, and it would
Back. Yeah,
say,
correct. -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5.
yeah.
So it's
Okay, yeah,
counting
I
that way.
got it.
If I am putting minus in front of it, in the indexing, then it will count backwards.
Yeah, okay. I was
Okay.
right. I just need to double check that.
Okay. You just try it out, try this example so that you will get some clear picture of that. Okay. So this is how we can access the list items. Okay. Also, you can change a list item also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take for an example. I have this friends as well. First of all, here my friends list I am printing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to manipulate it. I want to change this Alice to your name. How I can do it is friends of 0 is equal to Nikhil. Likewise, if I am doing it, okay. Again, now if I am printing my list,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So now the existing friend list is this one: Alice, Bob, Charlie, David, and Arun. Okay.
Yeah.
And if I change this one, this particular list, I just want Nikhil instead of this Alice. Okay. So now it will become Nikhil, Bob, Charlie, David, and all like this.
Yeah.
See, it's changed here. From Alice, it changed to Nikhil.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how you can modify a list. After assigning a list, you are modifying it using this reference, this index.
Yeah.
Okay. So from this point, after that, if you access this list, this modified value only will be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting it right, Nikhil, or I am confusing
Yes.
you?
I'm getting
So
it.
in this list, we are just changing the first position to your name. Likewise, this is 0, right? Same way, you can put -1 also. -1 will be this one. It will change Arul to Nikhil.
Yeah.
What it will do? It will become Arul to Nikhil, right?
Yeah.
So this one you can try it out. This is modifying the list items, 6.2.3. Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we can add and remove list items.
Yeah.
Okay. How we can do append and insert? There are two functions are there. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me have this now. I put different also. Okay. Now there is a function called friends.append. Okay, this is list.append. Okay, so here I am appending your name.
Yeah.
Appending means what it will do is it will add your name to the end of this list.
Yeah.
Okay, you are appending it. Appending means it is adding it at the last. At the last. See?
Mm-hmm.
It's adding your name at last here.
Uh-huh.
Actually, this is my list. Okay, so up to this was my initial list. So on top of it, I am adding your name. So if I do append, it will add it to the last.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we are saying here. Okay, suppose if I want to insert your name,
Yeah.
instead of appending, if I want to insert your name between Alice and Bob, okay,
Yeah.
how I can do it? Friends start add. So the position I need to specify at the 0 is Alice and 1 is, sorry, 0 is Alice and 1 is Bob. Okay, at the first position, instead of like I just need to shift Bob. So in between Alice and Bob, I need to add Nikhil here.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not add actually, it's insert. Okay, I made a mistake. It's called insert. Okay, if you put an insert, what it will do? First we saw about append, right?
Yeah.
Definitely I'm putting my benzene. Okay. If I want to insert insert my name, Benjamin, between Alice and Bob in the list, because I already added Nikhil at the last. Okay. If I
Yeah.
want to add something in between this list, okay, so what I can do is I can use this insert function. See, now it becomes like Alice, Benjamin. Benjamin is inserted between this 0 and this 1. So previously this is 0 and this is 1, right? So the
Yeah.
first position, I am changing that to Benjamin. So I am just inserting Benjamin here so that this list will be shifted right. Okay, this Bob, Charlie, David, Arul, this will be shifted at the right side. And in between this Benjamin get added because I am inserting it at the first position. This is 0, this is 1, right? So this 0 and here I am inserting it. So this will be shifted automatically, right? Shifted automatically in the list.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how this insert operation works. Also, you can remove. You can remove a list item also. Suppose friends dot remove Arul. Okay. If I want to remove Arul, what it will do? It is simply removing Arul from this list. This is my list. Okay. In this list, Arul is removed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this remove command will remove a particular person directly. If you directly give the item name, it will do. Otherwise, what you can do is friends.pop.
Yeah.
Okay, pop will remove the last element. See, it's removed Nikhil. Yeah. Pop will be removing the last element. Okay.
Yeah.
First, I removed Arul directly. I just directly give the list element here. Okay.
Yeah.
So this particular item is getting removed from this list. Arul is getting removed from this list first. After that, I tried to remove the last person from this list. So if you want to remove the last item from the list, we will be using this pop function.
Yeah.
Okay, when you do a pop function, it will automatically remove the last item. Okay, so this is how this removing this list works. And this len function we already saw. Len.
Yeah.
Remember len. Len of this. Okay, len of friends. See, this is 5 elements, right? So it's printing 5. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Now after removing, after manipulating all this list, the list becomes like this one. Alice,
Yeah.
Benjamin, Bob, Charlie, and David. And we have only five friends. So that 5 friends
Oh.
will be
Yeah.
the length. Okay, so the len function is used to find the list length. Okay, same way you can iterate through a list using a for loop. You remember we already iterated here, color in colors. This colors is the list of colors and this color is an iterator. Okay, we saw about how to do this. So the same way here also, fruit in fruits. Okay, let me do like for friend in friends, print my friend is, this is a for loop, Nikhil.
Yeah.
Okay. It is saying my friend is Alice, my friend is Benjamin, my friend is Bob, because this is my friends list. Right? So this is my friends list. My friends list is Alice, Benjamin, Bob, Charlie, and David. I need to iterate each and every friend out of it. I need to go to each and every friend and I need to say like my friend is this, my friend is that, like this. My friend is Alice, my friend is Benjamin, my friend is Bob. Likewise, I need to print.
Yeah.
Okay. So for that case, I am just iterating like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Likewise. See? My friend is Alice, he's a full day, he's a full day. Likewise, I can,
Yeah.
right? This for loop we saw in the last class. So in this for loop, we are using this iterator. This is friend. So what this friend will do, it will go to each and every friend here out of this friends list and it will print until unless it prints the complete list. This is called as an iterator. We are doing an iteration on top of this list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we will be going to each and every element and we are printing like my friend is this like this. Okay. So we can iterate through the list. That's what we are calling it as iterating through a list. Okay. So, and then we are having something called a nested list. Nested list is like list of lists.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have, we take an example. This filter. We are just nesting list. We already have a friends list, right? Friends, comma.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have numbers, right?
Yeah.
So before that, yes, friends, friend numbers. We have this list created. See, this is my friends list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have a number list also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now I'm just nesting it and I'm printing nested list of friends and numbers. Yes, yes. See, this is my friends list first. Okay, this one. And this is my numbers list. Okay. And what I am doing is I am nesting these two lists into a single list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is how you can store list inside a list. Okay. This is confusing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you are sleeping, Nikhil.
Huh? Oh. No,
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sense of it. It's a bit
Okay.
confusing.
See, actually, let me show you. See, this is a list. If you are having a square bracket within, this is called a list,
Yeah.
right? So it's a start of a square bracket and end of a square bracket. This is one list. Okay.
Yeah.
Same way we have a number list also.
Yeah.
These list and all we have played previously
Yeah.
in previously. So out of that, what we are trying to do is we are trying to combine these two lists and we are trying to prepare one single big list. Okay.
Yeah.
So now this is one list and this is one list.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So these two lists we have combined and we have created one big list. So inside
Yeah.
this big list, we have two lists. One is friends list and another one is numbers list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what we stored in this nest this. So I'm just nesting. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
am nesting. This is called as nesting. Nesting means you are combining multiple stuffs. We saw
Yeah.
about nested for loop on the last class, right? We
Yeah.
have multiple for loops, for inside for. So the same way you can list multiple stuffs. So you are listing multiple lists inside one single list.
Yeah.
Okay, so this nested list will come into picture here. Getting it right, Nikhil?
Yeah.
So it's nothing but a list of lists, I can say. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, indexing we already saw. We saw about which position it starts and which position it ends. So we can do a negative indexing also, like -1 also we can access. We saw this one previously, right? Here.
Yeah.
Here we are accessing this like this. Right? Friends of -5 will be Alice. Friends of -1 will be Arul, likewise, right?
Yeah.
Friends of 4 will be Arul. Same way, like that's what is called as indexing. Okay, you can index a list like this.
Yeah.
Okay, this is fruits of 1 will be first fruit, second fruit, last fruit, like this. Okay, same way, apple, banana, cherry. These 3 fruits only they are playing out. Okay, same way you can slice a list also. Slicing in the sense like you already saw this ranges.
Yeah.
We saw this on class 2 or class. Starting position and ending positions, you remember?
Yeah.
So that is what we are calling it as slicing. Okay. So if you are having a number list like this, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. And if you are putting 1 comma 4. Okay. This is not 0 comma 4. 0 is to 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So this number list is having this is having this subset of 1 is to 4.
Yeah.
Right? This 4 is ending. If you are putting a range at 4, what it will do? It will end at third position only. It will take first position, second position,
Yeah.
and third position, right? So this one actually in this list, what it is? It is at 0
It
is 0th position is 10, okay?
10. Yeah.
And then first position is
20. Then
20,
second is
second
third,
is 30,
30. And then third is
third
40. And
is
then, yeah. Third is
40,
40. And then
and
four.
fourth position will be 50, right?
Yeah.
So this will have a clear picture for you. So here, if you are slicing the number between 1 is to 4, what it will do is it will slice from 1 to 3. So it will be 20, 30, and 40.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what it is outputting here, 20, 30, and 40. The same way, if you are putting the ending range, okay, as 2. You didn't mention the first starting position. Okay. So what it
Yeah.
will do is it will take the 0th position and first position. It will not take the second position because the ending number it will not take in the range. You remember? This
Yeah.
is what like here see 4 means it will take only 1, 2, and 3. Same way if it is 2, only 2. They didn't mention anything in the beginning position. So in that sense it will start from 0 only, 0 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Same way if they didn't mention the ending position. what it will do? 3 comma 4. So 3 comma 4 is 40, 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is outputting here. Same way, if you are just putting like this, just
Mm-hmm.
didn't even mention any start position and end position. Okay. So by that time, it will be outputting the entire list. It starts from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It will output the entire list if you don't specify anything.
Yeah.
Okay, even if you see in that sense, it will be printing like this. This is what it is printing. Okay. Also, there is one more option called if you want to put every second number, and if you want to reverse a list, that also possible here. So in that
Mm-hmm.
sense, take for an example. So let me put the friends list here. Okay. We already have a friends list, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this friends is having Alice, Benjamin, Bob, Charlie, and David. I just want to print friends. If I put like this, okay, the range is colon, colon, and -1. What it will do, it will simply reverse this list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it starts with David, Charlie, Bob, Benjamin, and Alice. See,
Mm-hmm.
David,
Yeah.
Charlie, Bob, Benjamin, and Alice. Okay, to reverse a list, you need to use like this. You need to do this indexing like this.
Yep.
Okay, when you do an indexing like this, it will reverse the list. Okay, same way,
Yeah.
if you want to print every second person here,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what it will do, you can do colon, colon, and 2. Okay, it will simply put David, Bob, and then Alice. Like,
Mm-hmm.
see, Alice, Bob, and David. Like this.
Yep.
Because this is the list actually. This is the reversed list. Okay, Alice, Bob, and David. It is just simply skipping in between characters. Just
Mm-hmm.
because I am putting 2. If you put 3, it will simply put only 2 names. Alice
Mm-hmm.
and Charlie like this. So it is just simply skipping two characters. 1, 0, 3 like this. So it will jump on iterations. Okay. So this is how you can reverse a list. You can put every second element or every third element like this.
Yep.
Okay. So this is what is all about lists, Nikhil. So far, any doubts in this integer, float, and list?
Mm-mm. No, it makes sense.
Nikhil, you should ask some doubts, man. Then only I can understand, okay, whether you are listening. Okay?
I had doubts, but then you fixed it afterwards.
Okay, got it. So yeah, from this point, like I have some practice programs for you. Okay, you
Okay.
try it out in your free time. You just try to take this program and put it on that run. Yeah, here you can put a code block and you can copy this program, put it there and try to execute these programs and see what exactly this is doing. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these and all are like your list operations and this
Mm-hmm.
integer and floats. Okay, up to this
Mm-hmm.
point. Okay, and for today's class conclusion, so far we have covered about introduction to Python. In class 1 we see about what is Python, and we are now fluently you are now fluently using this Google Colab, right? Now
Yep.
you got some familiarity with the Google Colab now, how this Google Colab is working, those kind of ideas and all you could have got now. And we were using len functions and then arithmetic operations, and we saw about control structures, okay, if else statements, data structures like while, for loop and all. And today we explored about integer, float, list, like this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So with this foundation, now these and all are like foundation pillars of a Python program. Okay, it's like a grammar of a program. Okay, up to
Mm.
this point. And tomorrow's class, we will be seeing, like we already saw about append and remove, and again we will revise back this append and remove, and then we will go deeper on this indexing slicing, and we will see more on this skipping numbers, all these indexing steps and all, and then we will jump on to this dictionaries. Okay, we saw about list today, right? Tomorrow we will see about dictionaries. Okay, dictionaries
Mhm.
also one type of data type like list, and then like we will see about basic dictionary methods, and we will wrap tomorrow's class. So with up to this point, like whatever is there, these are the very basic foundation blocks of Python.
Mhm.
So far you have learned like how to code a program.
Yeah.
Okay, the fluency and all will come only when you start practicing these things. Okay,
Yes.
start practicing these programs. Okay, otherwise it will forget. The thing is, like I am seeing your uh when you are opening the notebooks also here.
Yeah.
Okay, today only you open the notebook after August 11th.
Mm.
So you are not practicing daily,
Yeah. I'll start.
right? So start doing it. Like at least spend some 1 or 2 hours on this, or at least spend some 20-30 minutes daily. Okay, programming is as I told you earlier, programming is like speaking a language. Okay, even today also, if I don't touch it, then I cannot remember all these things.
Yes.
Okay, if I don't speak English in a daily basis, okay, I will get stuck on speaking English at some point of time, right?
Yeah.
Same way, same happens to any language, any programming language, whatever it may be. Okay. Start spending at least 20-30 minutes daily. I can see your progress here, like what you are doing here.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. So this was my last class, August 11th, right? After that, today morning only you have changed everything.
Mm.
Today morning only you have opened this notebook. You should not
Yep.
do like this, Nikhil. Okay. Just spend some time. Just at least go through this notebook because we are spending lot of time to prepare this curriculum.
Yeah.
It's not like I can simply type everything, right? So
Mm.
yeah, this is completely for you only. This is dedicatedly prepared for you only. Okay. So just
Yeah.
spend some time to go through all this so that it will be a kind of a recognition for my effort what I'm putting here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's meet on tomorrow's class, Nikhil. But before that, I have rescheduled tomorrow's class. Scheduled to my time 6:30. My time 6:30 is what's your time? I don't know.
I'll figure that out. I think that's 9 o'clock here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll see.
you could have gotten changed calendar invite now. Did you check the mail? Just check your
Yeah, I
mail.
got that. Yeah.
Yeah, just yeah, that will be on your time actually. That will automatically fall in your calendar on your time. Okay, so
Yes,
tomorrow
I'll
morning
message
six
you and
thirty.
see if I can do it. I'm not so sure, but I'll see.
Okay, yeah, if you are okay with that timing, then yeah, we are good because
Yeah,
I just
I'll
changed
see if
only
I can do it.
tomorrow's class. Yeah. If you are not
Yeah.
able to make it, just let me know in the mail. Okay, so
Yeah,
that I
I'll
can
send
come.
you a message if not. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Thank you, Nikhil. Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.